Welcome to a brand new episode of Backpass with Ras, and this is your host Ras. I hope you're all well, hale and hearty wherever you are listening to this episode or watching this episode. And I hope you have enjoyed the previous episodes as well that we've recorded recently. So on this episode, we've got a former number one in Singapore custodian, but he wasn't wearing number one. He was wearing a very different number 18. And it's none other than Mr. Lionel Lewis. How are you doing, Lionel?
I am good. Yourself, Russ?
I'm fine. Thank you, first of all, for agreeing to be on the show. I appreciate it greatly.
Yeah, the pleasure's all mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, Lionel, let's get down to business, so to speak. Let's go all the way back to the very start of your life. Where do you grow up? Where do you spend your growing up years at?
Well, I grew up in Bishan, actually.
Okay, you're a Bishan
Yeah.
boy. Okay.
Yeah.
You spent all your schooling life there as well?
Yep. My primary school was in Toa Payoh, and then my secondary school at Bishan Park. Yeah. Together with Alam Shah, if you know Alam Shah.
Yes. Bishan,
Yep.
which Mayflower, wasn't it?
No, mine was Bishan Park Secondary, beside
Bishan
Pierce.
Park.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And how were you in school?
I'm good. Every day playing football, bringing a ball to school every day, almost every day. Yeah.
How was it like at home? Was it, academically driven? Were you, pushed towards the academics, or were you let free, to go and pursue sports as well?
Well, my parents, I think they were pretty supportive of me doing sports. So basically, I think, but there's agreement, of course. Yeah, we need to at least get the minimum education. In Singapore. So yeah, that's where we made a pact that okay, I'll do my sport, I pursue my sport, but at the same time, I also pursue my education.
Okay. Was football the only sport that you enjoyed playing?
In younger days, I played a lot of sports. I swim, I play badminton, and so on. But yeah, football is the only one that I've taken a liking to and really
Okay.
focus on. Yeah.
And what made you, fall in love with football?
I don't know, man. That's what they always say. It's a beautiful game, right? So yeah, it's just a ball. Those who don't know football, they say that 22 guys chasing after a ball.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a love for the game.
Okay. Were you introduced to it by a family member, or do you pick it up on the playground with friends?
Oh yeah, my dad watches football, so when he watches at home, so that was how I got curious, and then that's how it started actually. Yeah.
Okay. And then leading up to that, what's your favorite club?
Okay, this is a very interesting question because everyone asks me, so what's your favorite club? Do you support any club? So my question is, my answer actually is I support football. I watch football. I don't have any particular club which I support. So
Okay.
it's a pretty unique one, I guess.
Yeah, it is unique.
Yeah.
And your father, was he a supporter of any? Does he support any football club?
I think he watches EPL, but yeah, not really as well. Yeah.
Okay. And what would your earliest memories be of watching football on the TV or in the stadiums as well?
Yeah, I think was basically younger days was on the TV, and then if I'm not wrong, yeah, I think the earliest actually been to a live game in Singapore was, I think that was then the S League.
Oh, okay.
Much earlier, yeah. And after the S League, yeah, then that was, as I shared, I was growing up in Bishan, and 1999 watching Home United winning the league at Bishan Stadium. I think it was a very nice atmosphere to be.
Okay.
Yeah, it was near to home, just a short walk away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all those Malaysia Cup days and all, you weren't in the stadium in those days?
No, sadly, no. Yeah.
You watched it on
But
TV?
I do watch. I do collect the stickers as well. I do watch.
Yes, I did the same
Yeah.
as well. I
Yeah.
never made it to the stadium as well for doing in those days, but yeah, I did watch it on TV, and that's how I started wearing specs. Actually, I got closer and closer to the TV whenever they were playing. Spoiled my eyesight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, in back those days, I think we didn't get too much football on TV as well. You had the English Premier League highlights, you got Serie A highlights, I remember, and you had World Cups as well.
Yep.
Which was your first World Cup? Do you remember the first World Cup you watched?
Wow, I think it's the 1994, if I'm not wrong. Roberto Baggio missing the penalty.
Yeah.
I think that's the one. Yeah,
Yeah, same one as me.
yeah.
So, growing up here, whatever you've been taught by your parents, whatever you've picked up, your lessons. What are some of the lessons that you've learned that you've then applied in your adulthood and your
I
career as
think
a bowler?
yeah. I think basically for my parents, I think discipline is number one.
Mm,
I think without discipline, I don't think we can go far, and that have definitely helped me in my life as well. Technically, up
mm,
to today, I'm a very disciplined person.
mm.
I think the next most important thing is about being responsible.
Ah,
Yeah. So responsibility as well. I think it's a pretty important value in life. Yeah. So these are the two traits which I think I use and I took as a guidance, and it got me this far.
okay. I guess in terms of responsibility, they gave you the flexibility, the freedom rather to pursue sports, but at the same time meet the grades that they expected of you.
Yep.
And so therefore you were on your own to juggle both. And at
Yeah.
that young age, being able to do both, I think you eventually learn something, and which you have, of course, you can apply in your adulthood, right?
Yeah. Definitely. I think that's where I think time management come into play. How I gotta manage my time. My football training and stuff. So I'll train almost every day. I still gotta make sure I get my studies and my homework done as well.
You're playing in the school team?
Yeah, I was in the school team in Bisham Park, but yeah, I wasn't a goalkeeper.
Ah, okay. That was one question I was going to ask you next. You wasn't a goalkeeper. Which position do you play in?
I played a centre back and a striker.
Ah,
Yeah, for the CD, and then only when we moved towards the BD, that's how I started to move to a goalkeeper.
how did that transition happen?
Um, when I was 15, I think I went for a trial with Geylang United, my
Okay.
first club actually. So I tried for a player, couldn't make it. Then there was this coach who said that with long curly hair, he's actually none other than Mr. Robert Lim.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
so he was there. He asking, "Can you play a goalkeeper?" I said, "Okay, I can give it a try." So yeah,
Okay.
then from then on, I think everything changed.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Robert Lim is the guy,
yep,
the catalyst behind the change.
definitely. I think without him, up till today, I'm still very thankful for him because without him, I would not be where I am today.
Ah, nice. And then great getting your break in for Geylang. You made your debut for them in the S League, right? So
Yep,
you progressed through the youth ranks in Geylang, and that's how
yep,
you made your debut.
correct. I was in the under 16 and then the under 18 team as well. But in the under 18, I think I moved over to the NFA under 18. That was the first batch of the National Football Academy when it was launched. So
Okay.
I was the first batch, and then yeah, we played then, and then after that, the following year, I was recalled back to Geylang United in 2000 for the Prime League.
Mm.
That was then the Reserve League. Yeah, then after the Prime League in year 2001, I was actually promoted to the S League.
And when you made your debut in the S League, I presume you had to play understudy to the first choice goalie, or were you already trusted straight into the starting
Uh,
position?
I think in year 2001, it was a very unique situation. We have a very strong team of outfield players, but two goalkeepers were pretty young. So it was basically Shari Jantan and myself.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were both young goalkeepers. I think putting into the chance, giving us the chance to make a break. So yeah, I started the first game, if I'm not wrong, against Tampines Rovers in Tampines. Yeah, but then after every game we rotated.
Okay.
Yeah, so we took one game at a time.
How old were you when you made your debut?
18,
18.
17 or 18, yeah. 18.
In 2001.
Yeah,
17, 18. Okay.
18, yeah.
That means we are about the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah. 84? Born in 84?
82.
82.
82.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then you must have been a bit older.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your career in the S League and chronologize it. So from Geylang,
Yep.
how's your time in Geylang, first of all?
Oh, I think I love it. Of course, in 2001, I think played with many experienced players. You have Alex, you have Brian Bothwell, if you recall previously, and then you have Kadiyaya guiding me as a young goalkeeper in front of me. Then I have at the same time I have Robbie Tritraka, Young Player of the Year, former S League Young Player of the Year.
Yeah.
I got two good wingers, Norali, Azabaksin. Beautiful squad, strong team. Yeah, that's how we went on to win the league as well.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
you won in your first season,
yeah,
2001, you won the league.
yep.
Special. Was that a special moment for you? Do you at that time? savor it as much as you would like to?
Yeah,
Because
of course.
you might have thought that it could be the first of many.
Yeah, I thought that it could have been the first of many, but yeah, after which, yeah, I was pretty thankful. That was the only one, I think, for me.
It was the only S League title, yes, in your
Yeah,
career.
correct.
So now
Because
looking back, yeah, sorry, you
yeah,
continue.
so after which, yeah, I had two Singapore Cups, but yeah, thinking back, yeah, I do have a bit misses here and there, very
Yeah,
close. There was one year with home, I think we were just 1 point away.
okay.
Yeah.
So from Geylang, where do you move on to?
So after Geylang, I was again drafted into Young Lions in 2003.
Hmm.
So yeah, to prepare for the SEA Games. So I was there, and then after which I went back to, I signed for Home United because I was actually preparing for my NS and serving my NS. So I
Ah,
was in the Young Lions for 6 months. After which, returning back to home in the last 6 months, second half of the year. Yeah, to continue playing for them in the AFC as well. Yeah, and then preparing for the my first and major tournament, I think, which is the Suzuki Cup, the Tiger
okay.
Cup then, yeah, in
Yeah.
2004. Yeah.
So that time in to just give some context, the time in Young Lions, that Young Lions team wasn't is a quite formidable team at that time, right?
Yep. It
It
was a
weren't
pretty
it
young
weren't the
team.
whipping boys of the league.
Yeah, we were quite a bit, but I guess we do have some quality players. I think that time we do have really quality players, which were then in preparation for the 2004 team,
Hmm.
Suzuki Cup team. Yeah.
Okay. And then going back to Home United, did it feel like a homecoming for you? Back
Yeah,
to
I think
Bishan?
because, like, as I shared earlier, 1999, watching them winning the league in Bishan, beautiful stadium, huge crowd and everything. It's just a 10 minutes walk away from my home, and then being able to play for a club which is near to my home, I think is something which I really treasured a lot.
Hmm.
Yeah.
When you were watching in the stands, do you feel like, one day I wish I would be on that pitch as well?
To be honest, I did not expect that.
Okay.
Yeah. So I,
But,
I was remembering Yazid was then a goalkeeper, Yazid Yassin.
hmm.
Yeah, so it was brilliant. It was beautiful game to watch with top players in home at that period of time. Yeah.
Yes. And when you came into Home United, what was the difference you felt? Maybe a difference in culture between clubs within Geylang and Home.
Yeah, so in Home United, I had a very interesting coach in Steve Darby.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think he believes a lot into, as what I shared earlier, the values. I think it's a lot being responsible, a lot being professional.
Hmm.
Yeah. So technically, that's where I gain all my professionalism in a sense that, you are there to do your own things. He's here to do basically the teamwork and stuff. And then after training, it's all up to you, right? Your own
Hmm.
responsibility to work on your weak areas with your coach and whatsoever with the helps of your players. But I think that's where I also learn teamwork. I pick up teamwork. The team unity is so strong at that point of time in home. I think that was how they actually managed to win all the tournaments during Steve Darby's time in home.
Okay. So comparing that with your time in Geylang, you will say Geylang wasn't as united or
We were as united as well, but I think it's totally different. Yeah. So in Geylang, I think we were united as one. It's totally different because at home, there's so many quality players, right? At that point of time, and I think every single one you have like Suti, Suracha, and everything. So all the Thai players, so you can see how hard they are working to push me as well. So they are actually an eye opener for me and a good role model for me as well in the club. But there again, when you shared in my first year in Geylang, I have Zurich, I have Brian Bothwell, I have Kade, who is a disciplinarian, that kind of thing, which also started which actually have very, very good influence in my footballing career for a
okay.
start. Yeah,
And Home United, you mentioned you won two Singapore Cups. Which one of those was most special for you?
I think 2005.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember after the cup, I need to travel immediately to Greece for a game to join the under 23 team for in preparation for SEA Games. Yeah. So that was, I think we were down 2-0, and or if I'm not wrong, and then we came back and won it in the last 10 minutes, the game also. Yeah, against Woodlands, if I'm not wrong. They were leading. They played well, but yeah, we didn't start it off too well. Then in the second half, we came back and we managed to win the cup.
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
And that one was won in the National Stadium, the old National Stadium.
yeah, correct. That was, yeah, in the National Stadium. I have a very, very strong defense in ID Subramani. Yeah, so those are the wonderful leaders I have on the pitch together with me.
Yeah, you were right. You did beat Woodlands Wellington 3-2 in the final.
Yeah,
Yeah, so 2005 is the one that you feel most special. Talk to me about the ones that you felt got away from you.
I
The
think if
trophies
I'm
that got
not
away.
wrong, is 2007 with Vincent Subramanian at Home United. I think we were just 1 point away from winning them. We were just 1 point away. The difference of the top two in the S League. So we just lost by 1 point, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah,
Lost to Singapore Armed Forces,
yeah, by
SAFFC.
1 point. We were so close. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had a good team then. We were trying to push all the way. I think it was the first time that it was that close. The
Mm.
season ended. Yeah.
How do you react to this kind of nearly moments in your career?
Of course, you'll be sad. At the point of time, you'll be sad. But like I shared, as a professional, you got to move on. So you got to work harder, and then hopefully the year to come, you can keep pushing and so on. And yeah, and hopefully we can actually achieve something. Yeah,
And in your Singapore career now, you remember when you got your debut? Your first
2001.
call up. In fact, let's go back to the first call up. When you got the call that you have been selected for the national team, what were
Mm,
your emotions at that time? And
yeah.
did you ever doubt the call that you received that, is this real?
Yeah, so I was training with the national team, the senior team in my younger days, I think in the year 2000, 2001.
Okay.
But my first call up was actually against Liverpool
Oh, okay. That
in
friendly.
2001, yes, against Liverpool. And then I was surprised. I said, oh, you need to report for duty and then you need to be checking the hotel. I said, but I have school. I was a year one student in poly. So I said, oh, okay. So I tried to get all the approval and such. So yeah, the first week was Liverpool. And then the week after it was against Man U.
Oh, right. That one, the 8-1 against
Yeah.
United. Yeah.
So I say, wow, I think being given a chance to play in the last 20, 30 minutes against Liverpool, I think something I will cherish for sure. My first
Okay.
year in the league, yeah, and then given a chance to play with top players like Michael Owen, Robbie Fowler. Yeah, is it Fowler or Heskey? I'm not too sure at that period of time. Then the week later, we play Giggs, Beckham. Yeah, wow.
Dennis Troy, yeah.
Yeah, so those were the solid memories I have like, of football.
Yeah, you're right. Fowler Fowler probably left in 2001, but
Yeah,
Owen and Heskey
I think it's
was
Heskey, if I'm not wrong. It's
yeah.
Heskey. Yeah, I know
What
Owen.
was what was the
Owen scored
experience
one
like?
against me. Yeah, he scored one. So I think again, many also I only somebody scored one as well against me. I'm not too sure.
Okay. Gotta go
Yeah,
back and look at the videos of those
yeah,
games. Then we'll find out who scored against you. But what's the experience like playing against these players and facing these strikers? I think you probably would have seen them on TV.
yeah. I think it was so surreal. I think watching them on TV in the game and then playing them on the same pitch, right? And then you were thinking that they are huge, they are big. I'm just a young boy, get it my first season in the league and so on. But I think the atmosphere was
They don't
crazy.
look huge on TV, right? So in person they
Yes.
look like
Yeah, they are
giants.
stocky, they are strong, they're big. Yeah. So when you see them in real life, they're actually quite nice, down to earth people. They're also just people who love football and so on, of course. But of course the quality is different. Much,
Mm,
much huge difference, right? I would say. Yeah, but the important thing is I think being able to play in the stadium full. I think it was my first time
mm.
playing in a sea of red, 55,000. Both teams are red,
Yeah,
Liverpool and Man U, Singapore as well. So
yeah.
playing in a sea of red for 2 weeks as a young boy, 18-year-old, I think you couldn't expect more.
But do you feel that in the stadium it was more Liverpool and Manchester United than Singapore?
Yeah, we are playing away. We are playing away for both games, but yeah, to me it doesn't really matter. Yeah, to
Okay.
me, yeah, I just wanna play football. We love the sport. Yeah, being able to play with all the top players, I think it's something I cherish all the way
Mm.
till today. Yeah,
All right. And on that game against United as well, I think in the one of our recent episodes, Go Tat Chuan spoke about it, that he was actually a United fan until he played United and they brought on Fabian Barthez to play as an outfield player. So
yeah,
he got disgusted by that.
yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
I think it's a bit disrespectful, but yeah,
Okay.
you can't do these kind of things. But yeah, I know this happens. It happens, and it has really happened. And I thought he played pretty well as well on the left flank.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's okay. To me, I think it's more for the entertainment portion.
Yeah,
I
correct.
think.
That's the part that I was gonna talk about actually.
Yeah.
Because as a fan, when we were watching that, we were like, wow, we were thrilled, wow, Fabian
Yeah.
Barthez coming on, playing as an outfield player. And if you cast your mind back to like international football, you have examples of people like Jorge Campos in Mexico.
Yep.
He goes out and plays as an international as a outfield player as well. So it's
Yeah.
not something that is really, or happening for the very first time ever. You've seen it before. You've seen people like Rene Higuita dribbling out of goal and Chilavert taking free
Free kick.
kicks,
Yeah.
yeah, penalties. So we've seen that before. So for me, it didn't feel like it was a very unusual thing to do. It just felt like playing to the crowds, somewhat to
Yeah.
speak.
So
Yeah.
I think in terms of entertainment side, I think it's perfectly fine. But I think in terms of respect, yeah, that's where a bit disrespectful, to be honest. But
Mm.
but it's fine. Yeah, I think it's just for it's a friendly and then not a main competition and so on. So yeah, perfectly all right.
Okay. So from getting your first call up in two very high profile matches,
Yep.
then winning the AFF championship in 2004. You won it twice.
Yep.
So perhaps it made up for the lack of trophies you won in your club career. These two big major honors with Singapore 2004 and 2007. So tell us what the difference is between winning it in 2004 and 7.
Well, both have different kind of emotions. I think first and foremost, winning in 2004. I think having come out from 2002, I think we did not do so well. Singapore did not do so well. So 2004, a very young team. I think nobody gave us a chance, right? Minimum expectations by the fans, by the crowd, by Singaporeans. But I thought that we took one game at a time and we went very, very far, all the way to the end, in fact, right? And eventually winning it. So I think that that was really very memorable. Nobody expected us to get that far, getting good results against Indonesia in the final, in the first leg. In
Yeah.
Indonesia itself, it's a tough stadium to play in. And then having come back to Singapore and then, having to still get the job done. I think it's very sweet for me because winning at our own home ground, not
Mm.
every time the fixture will be in your favor, right? You can
Yeah.
end off and win the game in your own home ground. So I think in 2004, it's really unexpected, but I really enjoyed that journey with the team.
Okay. And 2007?
2007 is also a different one altogether because, tough final, very, very tough final. I think there's a controversy in Singapore and the penalty and so on. So, the ties, that we were just leading 2-1 and it wasn't easy going to Thailand. They scored pretty much early in the game as well. So we were like holding on all the way to the end. And it's not easy playing in Thailand, playing away, especially in Thailand. And yeah, Amri came on and he did a magic, his magic. And eventually we managed to clinch the champion again in Thailand. So both have different memories, but like I shared, winning at home is sweeter.
Okay.
Yeah.
2007, were you going into the tournament as favorites or again underdogs?
I think we were somewhat close to favorites, but not really favorites because the ties were pretty strong. Yeah.
Mm. The
Malaysia
ties,
as well at that point of time. I think Thais and Malaysia were pretty strong at that point of time.
yeah, the ties were pretty formidable. They were always enter tournaments like this as favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, there has been a bit of a parallel between winning it in 2004 and 1998, which is that Singapore entered as underdogs in both tournaments, and then Singapore tend to do better as underdogs, and
Yeah.
nobody has given them a chance. So, and then you have won it in 98 and then 2004. Now, 2007, you mentioned one of the favorites, not the ultimate favorite, but one of the favorites, and then living up to that tag to win it. So that one feels a bit different. So, and also I was about to ask you about winning it on the enemy's patch versus winning it at home. Which one feels more special? So you've mentioned winning it at home. It's probably the last one that was won in the old National Stadium as well, 2004.
Yeah. So
Right?
and is when we were in the hotel, I think I recall before we even traveled to the stadium. I think about 3-4 o'clock we heard that the stadium is full.
Oh,
Yeah. So I think those are the kind of emotion, the kind of support you feel that the country is behind you. So, like I say, it was very sweet to win it at home. Yeah.
So you congregated in a hotel, and from the hotel, a team bus brought you to the
Yeah. So
stadium.
usually when we go for games, we are all centralized. We stay in hotels and so to prepare. Yeah.
Okay. Which hotel were you all staying in back then?
Amara Hotel
Okay,
at
Omar.
Tanjong Pagar. Yeah.
Ah, okay. 2004, you won the MVP award, most valuable player. It's quite rare for a goalkeeper to win this kind of awards in tournaments.
Yep.
Recently, Gianluigi Donnarumma won it for Italy at Euro 2020.
Yep.
What did it feel for you to win that award?
I think to me it's a bonus because football is a team sport, right? I did not really, I wasn't too concerned to be honest about the most valuable player. So I was shocked when they announced that, oh, you're the most valuable player. Oh, okay. So I
Okay.
just go up and yeah. I think the most important thing for me is that the team, right?
Mm.
The team winning it. This award doesn't only come from me. I think it belongs to the whole of Singapore and of course my whole team as well. Yep, if most valuable team it should be a most
Mm.
valuable team rather than most valuable player. So yeah, I think to me it's just personal accolades, but I just put it aside. Yeah. So to me, I just enjoy the moment and enjoy the special memories with my team.
Okay. So you didn't feel that, yeah, you contributed a bit more than the other players in that squad to win this.
Uh, like I said, it's a team sport. I can only do so much. Yeah, I need the help of my defenders. I need the help of my strikers to score goals and win games. So yeah, if they don't score and if I save everything, it doesn't make
There's no
any
point. Yeah.
difference
True.
as well, right? So yeah, like I said, it's really a team sport. Yeah.
Okay. And were there any rumors that you could be in contention before the game, or maybe someone in newspaper has hyped it up that
I know
Lionel
nothing.
Lewis?
To be honest, I know nothing.
Okay.
We just very focused on bringing the trophy back home when we won the first leg. We just very focused to win it in Singapore. Because we know that it's not going to be easy. A very strong Indonesian team. Then with
Yeah.
yeah, you have your like of
Football with
Punyawan,
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
and your LA boy, and so very super strong team. We just want to win, and then we talk after.
And leading up to matches like this, in those days there was no social media. Do you all read much in newspaper writings and reports?
Not really though.
No.
Yeah.
Was it like an instruction given to you to stay away, don't read anything, or was that something you
No,
all normal did not want to
I
read
think
anything?
Ruddy wasn't too focused about this. They can say whatever in the newspaper. They can report whatever they want. Yeah,
Okay.
reporters can come and so on. But I thought that period, the media was very supportive of the team as well. I think we were a young team. They were always there with us, supporting us throughout the whole journey. So, like I shared, I think without them, we wouldn't have gone too far as well. I think the media supported us, and they really have our backing throughout the whole tournament. I think that's what it's nice to see as well as Singaporeans.
Yeah, big
Yeah,
backing from the media. And
yeah.
2006 as well, you were nominated for the Asian Footballer of the Year. You were the only ASEAN footballer, probably the first ever goalkeeper from ASEAN to
Yeah.
be nominated. Did did that come out of the blue for you?
Definitely. Yeah. So yeah, I just received a letter and from Rani and saying that, oh, do you know what? This is you actually was nominated for this. I say, oh, okay. So I said, are you going for the award ceremony? No, I got an S League game, so I'm going for my game. Yeah. So I did not attend the ceremony as well, but it was. I'm
The
surprised.
nomination itself is special.
Yeah, it was really special to be nominated to be placed among all the Asian champions, Asian elites, right?
Yeah.
Like I shared again, this award can only come because of my teammates. Right? Without my teammates, I wouldn't have managed to get this award as well.
And
Or this
that
nomination.
year 2006, what was going on in that year that enabled you to be nominated?
Wow, I'm not too sure. I think we got many Asian Cup qualifiers or whatsoever. Yeah, a lot of top games. So I guess so. I'm not too sure.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right, no problem. And at the national team level now, you talk about competition between goalkeepers because the goalkeeping position, they say, is a very lonely position. Only one player can start in each game. What's the competition like between yourself and your peers?
oh, very healthy. During my younger days, I have Shari Jantan with me together with Hassan Sani. I have Fadil Salim. We have plenty full of keepers, right? We were healthy and always supporting one another. Some games I play, some games, in the younger days, Shari play, some games Hassan play. Yeah, we are perfectly fine with whoever is playing and we support one another. Yeah,
Hmm.
so I think that's we push each other on the field, and then off the field we are good friends. Yeah,
Is there a special bond between goalkeepers in the
yeah,
so-called goalkeeper club?
definitely. I think all of us keepers we know because we know how tough the position is. We know
Hmm.
how difficult it is. Of course, if you can save the 89 minutes top saves, and the last minute you make huge mistake, and that's it. You remember for the 1 minute rather than the 89 minutes. So
Hmm.
I think we understand one another. So I think it's a very special position, and whoever plays or for your club or maybe for the country as well, it's really a very close bond we have amongst one another.
Okay. Has there been any occasion where, as you mentioned, the goalkeeper plays a blinder 89 minutes and then suddenly makes a mistake and leads to a goal, which then leads to a defeat? Has there been such an occasion that has happened to you or to one of your peers at club
Yeah,
or international level?
yeah. I think for myself, international, I would say in the 2007 Suzuki Cup. I think in the semi-final, I made a mistake, and then they scored. Thankfully Ridwan saved me. I think Ridwan, I think he managed to get an equalizer, and we went on to penalty shootout against Malaysia in the semi-finals. Sorry.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and that was how. And I was thankful I managed to save the last penalty, and we are through to the final.
Okay. Talking about penalty shootouts as well and penalties in general, what's your preparation like? Do you see what the opposition
Just
penalty takers are, or just read it
just
at
pick
that moment?
just pick one side, just go and hope for the
Okay.
best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not much of preparation before that.
These days it's very hard to predict. Yeah, you just gotta pick one side, stay focused on that side. Don't move before the kick. Just try and hope for the best.
Do you think about playing any mind games before when you line up in these kind of situations?
I always do, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Okay. What are some of the mind games that you've played before?
Or I would just go over, take the ball, don't want to give the ball to the strikers and that kind of thing. Those sort of things. Yeah.
Okay. Or delay the kick.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You're not much of a vocal talker, trash talker, so to speak.
Uh, I I won't really, but on the game it's total different me. I'm a total different person. Yeah, that's why I shout and I'm crazy. I think that's what they say. Goalkeepers are crazy. So when I'm on my pitch mode, totally different. But yeah,
Okay. We got a question from one of our listeners, and he's asking, was there too much emphasis placed on the starting national goalkeepers, and which is why the rest of the goalkeepers get forgotten?
not really, because during my time, all the goalkeepers in the national setup, we received the same sort of training. No difference. If I'm the first choice, whatever I'm doing now in the drills, the second, the third choice will do the same. So technically, there's no issues at all. All same training, similar treatment, no issues. Yeah, so I think I'm not too sure in the recent years were there any difference, but during my time, definitely there's no difference. Myself, whatever training I'll get, Hassan will get the same, no Fadil or whoever will get the same. So yeah, we were all on par actually.
And the competition was neck to neck. Everyone was all as good as each other.
Yeah, so it
That
was very close.
does size matter as a goalkeeper? Because there
I
have been
think
some commentary recently that goalkeepers in Singapore are a bit short and stocky, and you don't have the build to be a goalkeeper. You'll be lacking that.
yeah, you've seen how not so tall goalkeepers made it as well in the international stage. So I
Yeah.
would say that height really play a very important part, but definitely is an advantage. I think being a taller goalkeeper gives you certain advantage, but yeah, if you look at Shea Given, I think he's only 185. And that's not
Mm.
very, look at Bates as well, not very
Yeah.
tall. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have not very tall goalkeepers who made it on international stage. But so I would say height is just added advantage, that's about it.
Mm. And how tall are you?
About 187.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
close to my height.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the strikers that you have faced. Who are some of the best strikers you faced, and anyone that you feel taking this guy on? Okay, I've got the upper hand on this guy. Maybe psychologically, you just do better against this striker.
Okay, I think locally there's a few. I think if you tell me striker, Indra was popular. He was very sharp. Alam Shah as well, fearless strikers. And then you have your Juric, who have been scoring consistently every game. Then you have my former teammate Perez, who used to play for Home United, and then he went on to
Yeah.
Tampines, so he became my opponent. Yeah, Perez has wonderful shots as well. I think different kind of shots. So Mirko Gravois, formerly,
Mm.
they are top striker in the league. So yeah, I faced many top strikers. If you tell me about international games, friendlies, I faced Fernando Torres, Ronaldinho. So those are the level of strikers.
Ronaldinho
Kaká,
as well.
yeah, Ronaldinho when Brazil, came to Singapore. So yeah, Ronaldinho as well, Pato, Alexander Pato.
Uh,
Who else we have? Wow, massive man,
in
massive.
Southeast Asia during those uh, Tiger Cup days, any top
Oh,
strikers?
many. You have your Indonesian striker Bang Bang, and then you have
Uh,
your Malaysia, your Shafi Saleh.
mm,
Yeah, so and Vietnam, Le Coq Vin. Yeah,
yeah.
all these are top strikers during their prime. Yeah, top players. Yeah.
And
And
when
Myanmar, I remember Myanmar. Myanmar have one very good striker. If I'm not wrong, it's Yen Piang.
yes,
Yen
I think
Piang or
I've heard that
something.
name. Yeah.
Yeah, very good striker. Huge, tall, big. Yeah.
When you go into matches like this before playing these strikers, do you do any homework on
Uh,
the
we
size
do,
they
we
prefer
do.
to shoot or
Yeah.
what kind of shots they
Uh,
like take?
Technically, we can prepare, but in the game, I think anything can happen, right? But what we do is that we do analyze. My goalkeeping coach, Radi as well, will analyze from the national team side. How will these players tend to play? What are the kind of passes they will do? So we tend to do a lot of video analysis at the back end. Yeah, tend to understand how they play their game. So from then on, we work on it in training and see how to counter.
And you have that picture, and when you go into the game, then you can instruct your defenders
Yeah,
on, like maybe this side is their weaker side, so push him on to that side.
yeah. So we work on it in training as well, in prior to the game.
Mm. Okay. Any striker you felt you always had the upper hand over?
It depends. Some days I have, some days they have. Yeah, it totally. Football is a funny game. It definitely depends on the day itself and the situation at the exact point of time.
Okay. No one that is just outstanding that this guy 9 out of 10 you will get the shot. You will save it and the guy's gonna miss.
You won't know.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Which S League club is closest to your heart? This one I feel could be a bit tricky. The way you've
Oh,
expressed yourself about Home United and Geylang, I feel your heart's split in
yeah,
two right now.
definitely. I would have to give it to Geylang United for giving me my break and for developing me as a player. Because without
Okay.
them, my younger days or younger years, I think um, I wouldn't be where I am as well. So
Mm.
after which, giving me the opportunity to play, grooming me as a footballer. Having said that, after that, moving to Home United, somewhere closer to home, playing for a club at home, and I also retired at Home United, never move on as well. So yeah, I think these two clubs very important and very meaningful, yeah, in my heart.
All right. Actually, what led to your retirement?
I have injuries and I have a proper offer. So I think when the offer comes in, I also need to think long term. As we
Mm.
grow older, more and more injuries are popping up. So yeah, when I get a stable job, I thought that why not make the switch young?
Okay.
So
So
yeah, I can prepare for my career after football.
during your footballing career, you were already planning for a career outside of football?
Yep.
At which stage do you become serious in your planning for your career after football?
Actually, I was consistently planning and
Okay.
doing, prepping myself up because you never know. One day you got serious injury and you can't move on or you can't play.
Um,
So what's next, right? So rather than putting the responsibility back to the association or to whatever club to give you a coaching job, how about taking on the responsibility of searching for that role, right? What you're keen on, where's your passion at, and then try to pursue that as well. Because as a footballer, you have time to upskill, to learn, and to understand which is your passion, where your passion lies. So then go towards the direction. I think you should be fine.
so where does your passion lie?
Still in sports. That's the reason why I'm still in the sports sector.
Okay.
Yeah.
What exactly are you doing right now?
I'm currently NYP, leading the sports pillar in sports modules, sports CCAs programs as well.
So a lecturer?
Previously, I used to teach physical education, but now, yeah, I'm just more on the coordinating, leading role, strategic portion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Getting back to football now. So any best friends in football?
Many. all the footballers, I think, good friends. Yeah, because when we play football in our club, yeah, we mix with literally everybody. I'm always early at training. We mix with everybody. I think it's football is a special game because I would say that you get to meet people from all walks of life. You have
Mm.
different foreigners. You get to meet the Brazilians, the Thais, and then the African players. The kind of flair they have. So
Yeah.
yeah, I would say till today, all the footballers in this country, if I see them out there, I would just say hi. All very good friends.
Mm.
We're still together. Yeah, and my batch of us winning, I think that's the closest one. 2004, 2007, and so on. But in Geylang as well, even today when we meet one another, we will still just we will just roll back the years, and we have a chat and so on to
Yeah.
whatever we've done previously.
Talking about Geylang, do you still follow their games at this
Yeah,
moment? Coached
I
by
watch.
one of your former teammates.
Yeah, no, Ali.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You still follow them, huh?
still watch. Yeah.
Okay. There's some former players. I believe they could have been teammates as part of his coaching staff as well. Your former teammate is part of his coaching staff
Yeah.
right now. Hazrin was
Hazrin
he?
Chalani. Yeah, he
Yeah.
was there. Yeah.
Okay.
He was from Tanjung Pagar. He just went back to Geylang, I guess.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Talking about coaches, which coaches do you learn the most from?
Wow. Many.
Hmm.
If you want me to list, I think number one have to be like I said, the guy who gave me a chance in football, probably.
Probably.
Although he's not a goalkeeper, but I think he taught me a lot. I think in terms of positioning,
Hmm.
the way of how to come out for crosses and so on. I think that helped me a lot in my younger years. Then when I went to the national setup, I think credit have to be given to former national goalkeeper Lee Bising. He grew many players as well. He was my goalkeeping coach, the NFA from under 18, National Football Academy from under 18 all the way till I won the 2004, 2007, all the way to the end of my career. He's still in the setup. So credit to him as well, I think, for pushing me all the way with the rest of the keepers. Yeah,
Goalkeeping coach. What was his name again? Sorry?
Lee Bising.
Lee B Singh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And internationally, was there any goalkeepers that inspired you?
Oh, interesting. The club you support.
Yeah.
Younger days, Peter Schmeichel, of course. I think everybody knows he's a giant in the goalpost. But personally, I prefer Van der Sar. Right.
Mm.
I like Van
Oh,
der Sar, maybe due to the style. He's tall, lanky, and so on. But he's very technically gifted. So
yeah.
a very technically gifted goalkeeper. So yeah, I'll go more with Van der Sar.
Okay, yes. Talking about technically gifted as well. Now the game has changed where goalkeepers are required to play the ball out with their feet. You need to be good with their feet.
Yep.
In your time when you were starting out, this wasn't much of a requirement. But were you already good with the ball at your feet?
Not very good, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm not very comfortable with the ball on my feet. But yeah, as years goes by, when you play with your teammates, the monkey game, small
Yeah,
games, 4v4, 4v2. So as years goes by, I improve. But yeah, to be honest, if now I'm going to go back to this game, I'm not too sure if I can go.
yeah.
Yeah. But
So
I thought that this rule allows more goals, right? If I'm not
yeah,
wrong,
yeah,
just
yeah.
want more goals. Yeah.
It's quite calamitous because if you're not good, that has resulted in a lot of goals being considered because people try
Yeah.
and play at the back, get the
Yep.
ball to the keeper, and then one mistake and that's it. You start conceding goals. Not
Yeah.
everyone is suited to it.
Yep. Yeah, but
So
I think that's part and parcel of football, right? It's growing.
yeah, as a goalkeeper right now, do you feel it's more important that you be a good shot stopper first, and then someone else who can be like a sweeper keeper?
Yep, no change. No change. Shot stopping is the most important role of a goalkeeper. I
So
think if
both
you are a good shot
important.
stopper, I think that's more important than playing out from the back or this. Of course, you need to have certain level of distribution, but yeah, you don't need to be top notch in terms of your playing out from the back, comfortable sweeper keeper kind of thing. Yeah, you can play a bit here and there, but yeah, I still think that number one is shot stopping.
Okay. Do you have an all-time favorite player?
Player,
Yeah.
not really, man.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
And you spent some time overseas on trial at Manchester City.
Yeah, so I was there. I think thankfully it was not really a training trial kind of thing because I don't hit the quota of top 70% in Asia at that point of time. But yeah, it was a good eye opener for me training with Joe Hart, Isaacson, Kasper Schmeichel, right? And seeing Kasper eventually went on to win titles with
Premier
Leicester
League,
and so
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. And after which, I was actually supposed to actually go to Grasshopper, so I which I eventually went, right, for trials and so on. Yeah, it was pretty okay. It was a good thing.
The reason you didn't get the contract at Manchester City, if I'm not wrong, is because you didn't meet the requirement of the UK government. Is that right?
I think there's a work permit or something. But more of
Yeah.
them, I think, if I'm not wrong, if I were to sign as well, is to we go to the feeder clubs. If I'm not wrong. Yeah,
Okay. Which club was that?
I'm not too sure. I think it's Grasshopper, Zurich.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And at Grasshopper, what was that like?
Well, it was okay. It was a good training atmosphere and so on. But I think when I was there, the timing wasn't too perfect. There was a change of goalkeeping coach and so on, so there were some issues there. Yeah. But yeah, there were some talks that if I'm keen to stay, because the first choice goalkeeper was on loan as well, if I'm not wrong. So
Hmm.
they said that yeah, the opportunity is there if you're keen to stay, keen to try. That's always welcome.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was a why didn't that one work out?
Oh, because I was also studying at the same time. I was
Uh,
actually finishing my last year of degree, so I was thinking not to take the risk, but as
okay.
well, yeah, complete my studies.
Uh,
I think that's more critical at the point of time.
okay. And very practical, I must say.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, because, like I said, if I'm there and I'm not playing, I'm enjoying the Swiss life. But then what happens to my education then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Manchester City, you were also training under, were you training under the late Sven-Göran Eriksson?
Yes, it was a very nice gesture for him. When I was there at the club the first day in the morning, first thing he came out of the club, he shook my hand. He welcomed me to Man City. A very humble manager, I would say. Very humble, very down to earth. Yeah, a very fatherly figure. Yeah, welcoming to me to the club and asked me to enjoy myself, giving my best. Yeah, training with the first team. No doubt, totally enjoy myself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How, when the news broke that, he has passed on, how do you feel?
Yeah, of course. I think pretty sad. I also understand. I also read that Beckham also went to have a bottle of wine with him before he passed on or something, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
yeah. So I think this shows as a person how nice he had been, how down to earth, how he has supported players. So yeah, we lost a great person in football.
Yeah, it was, I think when he knew that he was terminally ill and he was going to pass on soon, he went on a tour of all the clubs that he coached, and
Yeah.
a lot of his former players came out to meet him either in the stadium or I remember with the Lazio team, he achieved a lot of success with Lazio. And remember the Lazio players had like this kind of Zoom talk with him.
Mm.
And it's interesting to note also that a lot of those Lazio players that he coached, a lot of them have become first team coach now,
Yeah.
quite successful as well. So he left a legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a question again now from a listener. Do you think a Singapore goalkeeper stands a higher chance of playing overseas as a professional?
I think these days it's much easier because you look at the leagues around Asia. I think they always have an Asian slot, right?
Mm,
So with that rule in place, I think it's pretty much easier for local keeper to play overseas, definitely. Yeah.
mm. Okay. So after retirement from football, you've already mentioned you're still into sports. Do you still coach? Do you coach football at all or
No, I
not at
don't
all?
really coach, but yeah, I do train with my school team on and off, right? Just to give them
Ah,
some tips here and there, yeah, just to keep myself fit as well. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Do they know who you are or what have you have achieved?
I'm not too sure because the age gap is pretty huge, but yeah, it's best they don't know me, so they can say that, hey, how come this old man can still dive, can still kick, can still, yeah. But some of them do recognize, they do heard about me and so on. But to me, it doesn't really matter. To me, I can just train with them and just enjoy my time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone approached you for an autograph or selfie?
Definitely have lah. Yeah, but yeah, to me nothing special. I've been saying that. Yeah, nothing special. I love the game same with you guys. So yeah, more than happy to do so.
Talking about selfies and autographs, when you were at your peak and you won all that you won with Singapore, you were winning in some titles as well with Home United, with Geylang and all. When you stepped out in the street, were there moments where you were recognized by people and people approached you for stuff like this? And also, have you had any like any crazy fan interaction?
Have. Yeah. Coming to think of it, yes. I think walking down the streets in the younger years, it was pretty okay. People will stop you and say, "Hi, can I have a photo? Can I have a picture with you? Or can I have an autograph?" Yeah. To me, like I shared earlier, perfectly fine, no issues. Happy to do
Mm.
so. And it's good to know that, you get the kind of support from the fans as well. Yeah. And crazy fans, I think that's pretty much quite a lot.
Quite a
Right,
lot.
like,
Okay.
can I have your jersey? Can I have your boots? Can I have your? Oh, I say, my God, I only have that limited boots and gloves. Although I have a sponsor, but I do have that limited, and I'm very particular about my gloves. Because
Uh,
if the gloves, yeah, I will make sure I keep it for games and so on. So yeah, so there were times where, can I have your gloves? They will try to snatch things away, but yeah, those are part and parcel of,
how you deal with
you know.
that? How do you like? Because you have to be polite as well, but you have to be firm.
Yeah, so I try to offer alternatives if I can. I say, okay, maybe not this pair, but maybe a few games down the next few games, if you happen to come by, I will try to arrange something for you, like maybe a cap or something.
Do you
Yeah,
get a lot of female fan attention?
pretty okay. Not that a lot, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, nothing to sway you.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, okay, now we mentioned this as well about the Singapore goalkeepers right now in the game. Do you think it's unattractive for Singapore youth to be a goalkeeper? Is it an
Uh,
unattractive option?
Definitely no. Number one, first and foremost, I think this role, okay, it's everybody, all eyes will be on you for sure, right? It's a very difficult role. It's a tough role, but if you set your mind on it, I think, and just enjoy the game, I think it's pretty fun position to be in, right? Like for me, if penalties, shift the pressure over to the strikers rather
Mm,
than yourself, right? If you save one, you're the hero. If you don't save, yeah, the striker's supposed to score, right? They are paid more
yeah,
money
yeah,
than you,
yeah,
for
correct.
sure. Right. So if you learn to shift certain responsibilities like such, I think you'll be able to enjoy a good goalkeeping role. Yeah, but I know it's very unattractive for young kids to be keeper. Usually they will put the not so fit ones, the
Yeah,
bigger in size one in goal, thinking that they can cover everything. But no, goalkeeper have to be one of the fittest in the game as well. Yeah,
correct.
because goalkeeping is a very tough position where it requires your mental strength.
Mm.
Yeah, it has to be the toughest. Yeah,
That is also true on the mental strength part because you could be doing nothing for 89 minutes and then
yeah,
suddenly you got something to do. And if you don't
yeah.
do it well, you could
That's
cause a
it.
goal. Yeah.
Yeah. So correct. It's all in your mind, technically in the game. Yeah. Because anything that goes past you, your team will either draw or lose the game. You will not draw. But if nothing goes past you, minimally you will draw the game. So you need to have very strong mentality, good character, yeah, to take on this role. But I would really hope for more young goalkeepers to come on board and play and take the challenge, because we are really lacking in goalkeepers. I hope to see more goalkeepers coming out to play. Yeah.
In those situations where you were, you talk about mental strength and focus on the game, or is that something you built over time or something that came naturally to you?
Yes, definitely have to be built over time. And with, like I said, I got a very good goalkeeping coach and mentor, and Coach Robert as well. Anytime when I play badly or there's certain games where I made mistakes, he would actually drop me a text, even though he wasn't coaching me at all. He would say that maybe for this you could have done a bit better this way,
Mm,
that kind of thing. So I appreciate moments like this, right? And same like I shared, Lee Singh, he played through the Malaysia Cup as well last time in his younger days,
mm.
being an experienced keeper, after that taking on the role of the coach, goalkeeping coach. He has been there and done that. So I think for him to explain to us, it's much easier for him as well. So I would definitely hope to have more retired goalkeepers, taking on the goalkeeping role at a higher level. So that will actually spur younger players to take on the position as well. But I think the most important thing for this role is that he or she will be able to impart his knowledge and experience, which he has really done it and done that at the highest level to the younger ones.
Mm. And in those moments also where, let's say, I was mentioning about 89 minutes not doing anything, how do you stay focused?
Wow, you gotta keep moving, man. Keep moving, keep
Okay.
shouting, yeah, keep following the
Okay.
ball, yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I usually do. I keep following my team as a keeper sweeper. So if they push up, I'll move with them. I move down. If they left, right. So I'm gonna keep working, keep my body warm. Yeah. So any point
Mm.
of time, I'm ready to fly.
Don't get distracted by the crowd then.
To be honest, once I step onto the field, whatever outside, I'm able to switch off.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm able
nice.
to switch off. Yeah.
Which were some of the most intimidating grounds for you to play in your career?
Senayan,
Yeah, I know that.
yeah,
That's gonna be number one, isn't it?
that has to be number one. I think 100,000 fans crazy before game. You know that they are mad singing and non-stop jumping and everything, throwing bottles of pee all over the field. But those are the stadiums you want to play football in. I'll be very honest. I think those are the stadiums which really, really spur you to play, spur you to give everything.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And locally?
Locally,
Yeah.
locally, I would say that when we are doing well, when the national stadium is full, I think that's perfectly fine to play in. I think it's very nice to get home support, right? Uh, Other than that,
Any
I think,
intimidating S-League ground?
wow, let me think. This one, there were a few places where it's not so easy to play. The old Tampines Stadium is not easy.
Okay.
Not the our Tampines Hub, but the old Tampines Stadium, right? The older ones, that wasn't so straightforward. And then there was also
Yishun or
our
Woodland Stadium?
Yishun as well. Yeah, Yishun. When Sembawang Rangers, we
Hmm.
had Tawan Sripan, Noah Alam Shah, and so on. Yeah, Yishun as well. One of the toughest few grounds to play in.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Wow. Must have been something, right? If
yeah.
that, I can
Tampines,
imagine the
Yishun.
din in the stadium, the crowd.
Yeah, not so straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, Woodlands as well. With Wenger.
Ah,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Rams. Yeah, it was, but this is what football is all about, right? Yeah,
Do you feel
you
this
want
is lacking today? This kind of stadiums of character, I would say,
yes,
and the crowd
because
as well.
these days stadiums are very commercialized, right? They are there like we can't fault that. Times have changed. We need to build a stadium where you can generate income. So that's where you have your shopping malls and everything. So if you look at even our sports hub, right, it don't have the feel of the
National
home ground.
Stadium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like it's a commercial place where it's a stadium where it's more for entertainment, right?
Mm.
But you can't fault that, like I shared, because technically you need to generate revenue from games like this or from events, concerts, or whatsoever. Yeah, so it's how we gonna live or move the atmosphere when the game starts, when there's a game. Yeah, how we gonna have that kind of create that kind of atmosphere in the stadium.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what would you have done now to promote the pipeline of goalkeepers coming through the ranks? Or rather, even just to promote the position, the goalkeeping position to others to take it up.
I think now the national setup is pretty much aware that we are lacking in goalkeepers. I think we have a very good support from the government now in UTR. Right,
Mm.
Unleash the Raw. I think with them having looked into this, uh, having more young kids playing football, right? Someone now you need keepers to play from the feet, very good on the feet. So starting young players to play football. I think from there, in years to come, I hope that there are more aspiring goalkeepers to be. Right, we managed to sieve out a lot of quality, talented goalkeepers from this bunch who has been
Mm.
training almost 4 or 5 times a week, right? And yeah, I would say that hopefully in the next 5 years or so, we have a huge crop of goalkeepers who's ready to challenge for the number one spot.
Okay. At
Yeah,
the moment, you have kids?
yeah, I have to.
Okay. Are they into sports?
Yes, my boy, yes, he loves football.
Football as well. Okay.
Yeah,
Aspiring goalkeeper or outfield player?
now he's our outfield player.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. In one of the academies, I suppose.
nope, just cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice. Good.
yeah. I don't think it's necessary at this point of time. If you're good enough, you'll be picked up by academies
Ah,
and schools or clubs.
that's
Yeah.
really good. Really good.
So yeah, same
Playing
for
for the
me.
school team, huh?
Yeah, he should just try his best, and if he gets it, perfect. This year is Sec one, so if he doesn't get
Oh,
it, perfectly fine, no issue at all.
yeah. Okay. No pressure on your part.
Yeah, no pressure.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Good to do. All right, Lionel Lewis, thank you very much for your time, for sharing your thoughts and your memories as well. I hope we brought you down some beautiful memories and some not so beautiful ones.
Yeah, it's fine. I think to me, it's yeah, I enjoy my footballing career. It's a long journey. Yeah, it's something which I carry on for life. Yeah,
Any
so
advice you would like to give aspiring footballers that want to be professional footballers or even professional footballers listening into this?
okay. I think that the only young ones, if you have a time, you have an opportunity to try go all out and give everything. You never know what will happen, but at the end of the day, you have no regrets because at least you can tell yourself that I tried. If you made it, perfectly fine. If you cannot make it, or you fall short somewhere, but the most important thing is at least you tried.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have no regrets when you move forward in your life because you're only young once. You can't play football at 45, 50 years old, right? So if you have the opportunity, please give everything and try. Who knows? We will see you on TV.
All right. Do you
Yeah.
still play football as a
Ah,
this age? Yeah.
yeah, just for fun these days, regularly catching up with friends, occasional charity games, and yeah, just ex-internationals on and on.
No, not involved any amateur leagues or
No, totally.
friendly 11 aside. No,
Nope.
not at
Yeah,
all.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you
All
very
right.
much once again. Before I go, who would you like us to interview next?
Ah, I'm not too sure who we've interviewed before, but
A
I think
lot.
quite a lot. I saw Steve Darby, Robert, Subramani, Sassi, and quite a bit, right?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
Chuan and Hazrin were the last two before you.
Try Alam Shah.
Done.
Done. Who else? Wow,
Indra
Indra.
done. Alam Shah done.
Yeah. By
Yeah.
Haki.
No.
Try by.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Link me up. Link me up with him. We'll interview him next.
Yeah. All right.
Sure. All right.
ID done as well. No.
I have approached him, but he is not responded, so I presume he's not interested,
Okay.
unfortunately. But
Okay.
yeah, he try.
Yeah. All right.
That's the least you can do, right?
Yep. We try. Yeah.
At least I tried. Yeah. Okay. Thanks a lot,
All right.
Lionel. Hope to
Thanks so
see you
much.
around.
Yep. I'll see you around. Thank you so much.
All right. And this is me, Ras, signing out. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to us. Cheers.